the opportunity to ask questions as well. Thomas, let's start with you. Why are we offering the Frankfurt Rights platform?
Well, thank you, Riky. Welcome to everybody on this beautiful September morning. It's a beautiful day here. Earlier this year, when COVID-19 hit the world, the Frankfurt Book Fair decided to pursue a digital strategy. So no matter what happens, we wanted to have a digital presence for the book fair, and we wanted to have a physical presence. Well, as you all know, the COVID-19 situation made the physical presence impossible, and we can't get together this year in Frankfurt. So now what we are doing is we rely on the internet. And this is the reason why the Frankfurt Book Fair is offering a whole suite of digital tools to facilitate what we usually do in Frankfurt. So to facilitate online meetings, discovery, networking, attending events. So everything that we do during the book fair week, we try to do online. And that's also the reason why we now put Frankfurt Rights much more in the focus than ever before.
Thank you, Thomas. Can you just explain this a little bit more? What exactly is Frankfurt Rights?
Frankfurt Rights is very simply an online platform which allows rights professionals to buy and sell rights and permissions. So that's the big picture. What that means is rights sellers can display their books, and it's mostly books, and rights buyers can discover these books online, get information, and buyers and sellers can communicate with each other.
Thank you. So yes, we mentioned IPR. Where does that fit into? Is that what has been rebranded as Frankfurt Rights?
Yes. So what you will, as of October 1st, experience of Frankfurt Rights is a fresh and new and upgraded version of IPR license. Back in 2013-14, the Frankfurt Book Fair decided to make a small investment in IPR license to explore the potential of the online trading of rights. And we stuck with it. And for a while, we focused very much on permissions. We have a lot of permissions customers in Germany who use Frankfurt Rights or IPR license intensively. And now, with this situation, we'll relaunch IPR license, and we focus on a much broader approach. And we are very, very lucky that we'll get a lot of new customers and a lot of new content and a lot of new titles on the platform. So what you will see when you join us in October is a very dynamic exchange on Frankfurt Rights.
Okay, so what's the difference then between the free offer and the paid membership?
Well, the free offer that everybody who registered through the Frankfurt Book Fair enjoys or can enjoy until the end of June next year is the platform to display your books, your rights to be sold, and for buyers to buy rights. What we offer for the paid version is a way to complete deals on the platform. So with the paid version, you can have contracts being signed online, you can issue invoices, and you can also process payments through the platform. This is something that you can't do with the free membership.
Got it. So the free version, Frankfurt Rights, does it open up new possibilities, or what kind of possibilities does it open up?
Well, Frankfurt Rights is a tool that helps you go after your rights business. It supports you. It is a unified platform where you can show yourself to the world, where you can list your front list and your back list. What we do is we encourage publishers who participate to list as many titles as they want. So some publishers have uploaded tens of thousands of titles on the platform. So it's basically the online extension of your rights department.
I see. Well, thank you, Thomas. I would like to continue with Jenny. Jenny,
Hi.
Hi. You can talk more about the details. You work very closely with Frankfurt Rights. What do rights holders get out of it if they uploaded their lists or titles onto the Frankfurt Rights platform?
Well, like Thomas said, the effect that we are hoping to see and what Frankfurt Rights ultimately can offer is an international rights repository, one space for the whole community where exchange can take place, and one place to discover, to connect, to exchange ideas. You know, get away from sending out manuscripts through different routes and having it all over the place. This could be the rights hub for the community, for everybody who's coming to Frankfurt, maybe even people who don't. And at this point in time, what I think is also something that is great and something that Frankfurt might not be offering as a physical experience is that even exhibitors or even rights sellers, let's say rights holders who have not been able to exhibit in Frankfurt due to budget reasons, due to other reasons, have the possibility just to present themselves on the platform. And the same is true for acquisition editors, for film producers, for anyone who's not coming to Frankfurt but who's actually interested in in what the community has to offer, can also find it on Frankfurt Rights. So to me, it's it's that bringing it all together, having one aggregated platform, being discoverable there and having a profile there. So I think that's one of the main.
I would like to add to that. We want to support and supplement existing rights departments with Frankfurt Rights. We don't want to replace them. So the face-to-face, the personal relationship, the telephone calls, the emails still will take place, but we can help folks reach a much broader audience and connect with people that they don't have time to speak to, or they don't even know that they exist. So it offers a new dimension.
I understand. And we are also telling our exhibitors to upload their catalogs to their profile right now. Do you think they should do both, or why should they upload their catalogs in Frankfurt Rights if they have already uploaded them in the exhibitor catalog?
Oh, okay. You mean the exhibitor catalog. Well, the name says it. The exhibitor catalog is obviously something that is available for everybody who wants to exhibit in Frankfurt, and that encompasses a lot of companies that do not work in the rights trade, whereas Frankfurt Rights is the one, or is supposed to be, with you all chipping in and with you all using it, is supposed to be the hub for the community, is to be, it's the one place. So I would suggest, and it's set up in a completely different way. It's focusing on rights. It's not, the exhibitor catalog is a great tool, and I recommend everybody to take a look what's out there, because just like for Frankfurt Rights, the exhibitor catalog will have entries or companies in there that, haven't attended Frankfurt before, and it's easier to, connect through there as well. But Frankfurt Rights is the hub for the community, and I'd rather, even though I welcome everybody who is, active on both platforms, but I'd rather suggest that if effort needs to be focused on one part, for rights sellers, I would suggest it's Frankfurt Rights.
Thank you, Jenny. So this is a great tool for sellers, but why should an editor sign up?
Well, we call it a marketplace. We call it the hub for the community, and the community for us obviously encompasses buyers and anyone who's interested in creative intellectual property. And one doesn't work without the other, obviously. So for scouts and editors, it's that discovery aspect. It's that having it all in one space. It's being able to also look for smaller companies that might not be on the horizon when preparing for Frankfurt. And we all know that both rights sellers and rights buyers in Frankfurt are basically either chained to their desks or running around through the fair to their next appointment. So time to discover, time to take a look at what's out there, I think is scarce. And for Frankfurt Rights tries to kind of fill that gap, because it's not only there for a few days. It's there, as Thomas said, it's designed to support throughout the year and to make, to have that one hub as Frankfurt is, but in a digital space.
Yeah, thank you. You mentioned, that everyone is strapped for time. Is it very time consuming to use it? Do you have instructions? Or how will I know how to use it? And Thomas knows that I'm not the most tech savvy person in the world.
Yeah. Well, I cannot, I can't give you a timeline of what it's going to take, but all I can say is that we have tried to make it as easy and as self-explanatory as possible to upload. That's one thing. Then on the other, we have worked substantially on helping and supporting and getting information to you or to the users on a very easy level. So we will include tutorials for different steps of the platform. We have an extensive help center where you can find answers to hopefully all of your questions. And should that not be enough, we also have the possibility to actually submit questions through the help center as well. So I hope we're covered on many aspects, and we have also prepared, and that is on our Bookfair website at this point still, a little list of things that you could do to prepare for Frankfurt Rights. But if you know what you would like to present at the fair, if you have your titles in a row, so to speak, I think the next step for Frankfurt Rights is easy. If
all else fails, you can always call Jenny or myself.
I was just going to suggest that. Well, now we heard a lot about Frankfurt Rights. Can we see how it looks like? Would you mind giving us a quick run through of the platform, Jenny?
No, I don't. I mean, that's what we're here for. I've prepared something. So let me see how to actually share my screen. How do I do that in Zoom? I wish I knew. Oh, right. The very green button at the bottom does it for me. Sorry. Okay, I am sharing my screen with you, taking you to Frankfurt Rights. Now, this is not quite ready for everybody who has signed up for Frankfurt Rights yet, but it is as close as we can get to showing you the platform.
It will be ready next week, right?
Yes, it will be ready next week. October 1st is our time. By then, we will have created all the accounts for all of our right sellers who are interested in having a portal on Frankfurt Rights. And yeah, I'm wondering, are you seeing anything else than the Frankfurt Rights homepage? Am I in the way?
It looks good to me.
Good. Okay, because I'm seeing myself, and I mean, I can do that from time to time, but today is not the time. Now, this is Frankfurt Rights. This is where you can log in. This is where you can register for a free buyer account if you don't have a My Bookfair profile in place. And yeah, you can see this is the homepage as it is looking right now. We have some benefits for our buyers, benefits of becoming a seller member, what to expect. So this is the start page. And the most important thing, obviously, is the search for titles or rights holders or anything else. And I am showing you a search right now. Now I'm looking for a publisher, and Example Books is our, example publisher. Now I'm showing you what a rights portal looks like on Frankfurt Rights. This is completely up to the seller to create or to fill in, and I will show you the backend in a second too if I have time. So this is your name. This is a tagline that is free for everybody to define. This is where the logo goes. People can directly search your titles only. So if you as a seller want to point your buyers to your profile directly on on Frankfurt Rights, you can just send them the URL, which is up here. And they can search through all your titles, everything that you've uploaded, and it's going to be exclusively there. So it's basically a bolt-on rights, rights homepage. You can define key titles that will show in this carousel up here. There's an overview about the publishing house or the literary agency, the rights holder, basically the categories that you sell your rights in. And you can also add, this is just a very short information, but you can add more text, obviously, and also some licensing information, maybe pointing to the sub-agents that you are working with or to the languages that you exclusively sell to. Whichever it is, you can put in your website, also Twitter, LinkedIn, all the other things. People can directly contact you here through the platform, and you can also attach your own rights catalog. This is the one that is created by Frankfurt Rights built-in rights generator tool that is also available for you all to use. This can only be used if you have uploaded titles to the platform. So first titles, then this. Sorry, my Zoom control is in the way, hoping I get here. Now I just want to show you a good title. I mean, all of them are nice, but I kind of like Tolstoy. This is a title page, cover here, title, the category, the author, description, tags that you attach to it, more information like rights information, the author biography. You can also add reviews, you can add marketing information, anything. There's a long list of things you could potentially fill out. You don't have to. Again, this again leads back to the publishing house. If people have found the title through the search, then it will link back to the publishing house or the agency and everything that they have to offer. Here's the bibliographic information is obviously also important, and the category that the book falls into. And you can also attach several categories to it. Now, what buyers can do is request content samples. They have to register for that. So this is not free for everybody to use. And once you will, as a seller, you will receive.
It is free for everybody to use. You don't have to pay.
No, you don't have to pay, but it's not free for everybody to download a content sample. Sorry, I should have done this, watched my words here. Yes, free to use for everybody, but not free to just download anything that you like. So registration is necessary. And then also the rights holder will be notified in his usual inbox and on Frankfurt Rights that a request for a content sample has come in. And then he can, or she can look at the interested party at their profile, can ask more information about the interested party, or decide to grant, the request right away. And then, the interested person will be notified and can access the content sample. And it's not downloadable, it's on our platform. So it will open in a different tab, but it's on our platform. So you can't just take it away like that. And you can always revoke these rights, obviously, if you feel like it has been granted long enough and you don't get any feedback, you can always stop it. And then there's also the option to upload supporting information. Again, it's up to you how you set it, but we recommend you have this available online if you want. So have supporting information free for anyone to just look at, for example, for illustrated books or picture books, if you want to share some of the insides of the book, or you think, because pictures in this instance speak more than any descriptive texts, you can upload those here. So there's a lot you can do as a rights seller to present your titles in a formalized and structured way. Let me see what else I shall show you. Yes, the message button is also something you can always one can always message you on the title page. They can also message you on the rights portal. So there are very many avenues to you, the rights holder, for the rights buyers. And yeah, what else can I show you? Maybe just very quickly, the insides of Frankfurt Rights, just so you get an idea of what it looks like. I'm logging in. This is your dashboard. You have a profile that you can edit here and say what you are doing. So for example, I am looking to sell rights. Then I can just click Save Changes. You can put in your title, your role, the country you work in. You can upload a photo. You can upload a catalog there as well. So let's say you have several people working on different lists. You can upload them separately here. And then here's the rights portal that I just showed you a minute ago from the outside. This is how you can fill it. So you have little edit buttons everywhere. You can upload the logo directly. You can manage the key titles here. You can edit the content here easily. And you can also manage your categories here. So it's a very easy content management system that is, I hope self-explanatory. We have some information about the maximum characters, recommendations. So trying to give you as much information as you can to fill this in, on the fly, basically.
And then can you upload titles by title only? Actually, that's a question I'm taking from the Q&A. Or can you also do a bulk upload?
No, you can do both. You can add single titles. This is a very easy step. Title, author, contributor, ISBN, or another identifier. So it's not, if you don't have an ISBN for your title, you can use another identifier for yourself. You could, I don't know, I could say JK01 to identify a title, or use the author name, anything.
However, as long as the ISBN is available, please use the ISBN.
Yes, also true.
And the same is true for covers, right? You don't have to just upload them one by one. You can also do a bulk upload.
Yes, you can do a bulk upload for that as well. It will be relevant that you know which identifier you have given to which book. ISBNs is preferable. I think some of you might know this from metadata. The way that the platform strings together the information that has been put in and the titles that have been uploaded is through that identifier. So, it's important that you know these. But again, it doesn't need to be ISBN. It can be something else, as long as it fits. And yeah, this is where you can add a single title. This will take you to another page, actually. Let me do it. This is how you add it. And then you are taken to an edit book detail page where you can add, as I said, a lot of information. None of this is, necessary. You can do what you would like. Obviously, we recommend uploading a title, cover, and maybe some supporting information if you have, or a content sample. And then, you can drill down and do as much as you can. Description would be good too, autobiography. I mean, everybody in the room will know better than I do what it is exactly that they want to promote and put in. But
from our experience, a cover image is absolutely crucial.
Yes, absolutely.
It makes a lot of sense to have a cover image.
So, but returning to the bulk upload, yes, you can also bulk upload. Where am I? Here, bulk upload titles with a fairly easy PDF. I'm saying PDF, an Excel. The only thing we would ask you is not to change any of the header columns, because that will, cause the upload to fail. If the upload fails, you also get information on why and what has caused it. So you will be pointed to the cells that are faulty from the platform's point of view. But it's fairly easy. It's ISBN, title, identifier, ISBN, author, and then description, and you can upload it. So not a lot of it is mandatory, basically just title and author. And yeah, maybe just quickly the messages. You have received a message. You can choose to put all the administrative information into the admin messages, or you keep it here. It depends on what you would like. Request for an interview. You have the content preview request, so anything can come in here, and the content preview or content sample request, it should be called. This is, you can grant it, then you click on it, you are taken to a how do I say that? to a page where you can manage it all. You can see who has requested access to what. You can see when you have granted it, when you have maybe revoked it. Yes, and you can also bulk upload content samples the same way as images. Identifier is what you need for all of that, because the platform needs, you know, an identifier to string the information together. But yes, it's fairly easy, I would think, or hope. And I think that's it. If there are more specific questions, I will leave this open, but I don't want to overwhelm people. As I said, maybe that is something I could just point you towards again. This is the rights portal. You will find the videos once they are implemented here on your dashboard. And you can always return to your dashboard here. So this is all here, right? And then also here's the activity feed, because this is a new profile. There's not a lot going on, but you can definitely see, you will see whether you have received a message here, and right on the activity board, you can see if someone has requested a content sample. You can see if someone has followed you. So this is all happening here. And here, this is also interesting, I think. You can have an overview of how many titles you've uploaded, key titles you've set and how many you've left, most popular titles, most followed titles, and then a little map that shows you the interest from where in the world your titles have received interest. This is to be taken with a little pinch of salt, because many IP addresses this time around are protected, and the platform then cannot, because of data protection, cannot just access that information. But you get a good idea of, you know, some of the interest in the world.
And talking about statistics, Jenny, do we know how many editors are using the platform, and what are you guys doing to attract more buyers?
Because we haven't launched Frankfurt Rights officially, and we can't say how many editors will be there. Hopefully a lot. And then for, you know, how to attract buyers, yes, we are doing targeted marketing campaigns. We're doing mail outs. We are broadcasting the information everywhere we can. We have ads in different trade magazines. So we're trying to attract attention, but also, and I think I need to stretch that, we need the sellers also to spread information that they are actually using Frankfurt Rights.
And the scouts, right? The scouts as well.
Yes, because, you know, as I said, it's not a one-way street. We need, you know, this is for you. We're trying to support you. And if it is helpful for you, then, you know, send your contacts our way, so that, you know, it can become that rights community, that hub that we would love to create in time.
So I know that some of the agent and rights managers are offering pitch webinars this year. Where would I find that?
So that is because we have, as Thomas said, we have a whole suite of tools and a whole, you know, I know it's a lot to process at first as well, but we have a lot of things going on and a lot of different offers for the rights community outside of Frankfurt Rights. And these pitches that you're talking about would be available in the events calendar that you can find on our website. And if you're interested in finding out what also other, you know, not only we as Frankfurt Bookfair are doing for the rights and licenses community in terms of events, but also what all of our exhibitors are doing, you can go to the events calendar. You can obviously, you know, I'm sure most of you know this already, but you can search for things, you can look for specific dates, and also you can filter for the topic. And one of them, obviously, down here under R is rights and licenses. So this will also give you a good idea of what's on for the community. Now, besides those pitches, 3 pitches that we are hosting, we also have a full B2b program that I want to draw your attention to. Now, I'm sure you've seen, we have a new little thing here that is called Digital Fair, and it opens up a whole new thing. Frankfurt Rights is part of it, the Matchmaking App or the Matchmaking tool. And also you can find the exhibitor and events catalog here. We have an extensive live program. So for one, we have the Frankfurt conference, and on Tuesday, this is all about rights. It's about rights and licenses, starting at 3 p.m. German time. Access is completely free of charge. All you need for that is a My Bookfair profile that you can create by clicking on login here. And then if you don't have a My Bookfair profile already to log in, you can click on register now and it will take you to the registration form. So hopefully also easy. And this is all working through SSO. Sorry, I closed the wrong window. This is working through SSO or auth identification. So if you have a My Bookfair profile, you can access the matchmaking, you can access all of our live events, and you can also log in with your My Bookfair profile into Frankfurt Rights. So we have connected these things as seamlessly as possible. So one login unlocks all of what the Frankfurt digital offering has, for you. Coming back briefly, so I'm saying, live program, definitely check it out. We have the conference and B2B events. We also have a lot of B2C events. Another important format that I want to draw you, or I think interesting format that I want to draw your attention to, is networking, and a format called the Hof. So we have curated networkings, and we also have a format called the Hof, which is a more informal, a bit more informal than the curated networking sessions. We have 14 editions of the Hof, and it's supposed, it's obviously it can't replace the feeling of meeting at the Frankfurter Hof and going through the halls and just, these serendipity moments that are so crucial and so great in Frankfurt. But we're trying to kind of, get that feeling, that buzz, the excitement, all of that into the digital realm. And the Hof is one of the things. And just tonight, tonight is not true, at 5 p.m. German time, we are focusing on rights and licenses, and we have a great literary agent speaking as well. So I would all, recommend, if you haven't signed up yet, do it. Come to our website and you can find all the necessary details there. We also have the matchmaking, which is also interesting for you as a rights community. Anyone has a My Bookfair profile can activate the matchmaking, and based on some entries of what you are looking for and what you are offering, everybody that is matchmaking is automatically matched by the platform for one. So you get just contact suggestions that seem to match what you are looking for. And then also you can completely search that directory. That again is not focused on the rights business. It's for everybody who's attending Frankfurt and has wants to attend Frankfurt and has a My Bookfair profile. But again, a tool that allows for new contacts and getting in touch with each other. And it actually has a video calling functionality. So you can actually, video call the person that you are have been matched with, provided he or she has agreed to accept your contact request. So it's all there. Just visit Digital Fair and you will find hopefully all the information that you need. And I think one last thing that I want to show you, then I'm done talking, is our Business Insights page, Rights and Licensing. This is also where we try to, collect all information, all the endeavors that we have, all the events that we are staging, everything that is relevant for the rights and licensing trade here. And, the Hof is here already, events, and then Frankfurt Rights and Pitch Your CIP, which I'm sure some of you are familiar with. That's a tool by Frankfurt, the Arts Plus, sorry, not Frankfurt Rights, which tries to bring together creative intellectual industries in a very centralized space again. So this is for pitches, online pitches, film producers are part of the group. So also a format definitely to check out as it's, super relevant for many of you, I think. And now I'm done talking for now.
Thank you, Jenny. And it's basically, yes, we encourage you to visit our website, check out everything we have to offer. There really is a lot to find. And I am about to read the questions that you guys have put out there. This event is going to be recorded and you can find it in our YouTube channel, as same is true for the other seminars we have offered. There was one yesterday. You can find that in our YouTube channel as well. That was actually the first question. How secure, that's the question. What is the security on the platform to prevent anyone from downloading samples from the platform?
As I said, this is only available when and if you have granted access to a specific user. So this is not, the link won't be made available anywhere else. And it's a very, we have taken measures to make security settings as high as possible.
Thank you. Yes, I mean,
servers,
privacy laws and,
servers.
Yeah, in German. Thank you. And then I guess some people have tried to experience with the site and they have gotten an error message that's saying that they don't have permission to use Frankfurt Rights. So we have a help desk for that.
We do, but the reason that is happening is because, as I said, we are not live yet. You can only start using Frankfurt Rights from the 1st of October with the login credentials that you have.
It's possible this person is referring to uploading the catalog to the profile in the Exhibitor catalog.
Oh, the Exhibitor catalog. Okay, yes.
That's possible.
Oh yeah, sorry. I was focusing on Frankfurt Rights. If you experience problems, yes, we have an email address for that and a service center that will take care of it immediately. But
and
also,
the email address people should be using? Or Thomas, what is
the email address for
service, for questions, for problems? The service center, right? The service center.
Yeah, the service center. It's big on our website everywhere.
And so do we have any success stories, rate of deals on IPR to date? Any statistics?
No, but nothing that we could just share. As Thomas said, for the permissions business, this is going great. And but we are not allowed to just share numbers from our publishers who use it. And then that functionality for the rights deals, that is not available in the free version. If that answers the question.
Got it, yes, thank you. I'm just looking through the questions, just basically putting something out here. Is it useful for scouts, IPR?
I hope so. Discovering new content, I would hope, and new publishers for your clients, I'm feeling might be interesting.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. I agree. Let me see how to upload titles. We have done that. And yes, someone is asking if we can upload titles in the Exhibitor catalogs, not titles, just catalogs. You can upload your rights list, but you can't upload a single title there. You can only do that in Frankfurt Rights.
Correct. You could upload a PDF of one title if you wanted to, but other than that, no.
Let me see. Right, someone can't access it. It's because it's not live yet, October 1st. So it's around the corner. Get ready, be prepared. So my publisher has multiple catalogs. Can I upload more than one catalog?
Not as a PDF. I failed to show that you can also upload a PDF catalog, your own rights catalog, to your rights portal. That is restricted to one PDF. You could obviously string all the catalogs together in one. And I've also failed to show that on your titles page, so on the overview of your titles, you can actually create more categories than just key titles. So you could create different categories for the different catalogs and display them there in for the different titles that you need to upload, display it there.
But we will have tutorials for all of these more specific questions.
Yes, we will.
Good. Yeah, a couple of people ask about the uploading, is the metadata integration. I think we showed that the bulk upload where you can enter several titles at a time. So you don't have to manually enter.
We obviously do have APIs and ways to integrate feeds of metadata, but this again is not available for the free version because it usually involves a bit more thinking and setting it up in a correct way than we could offer like that.
Is it possible to add a URL?
Come again?
Is it possible to add a URL
Well, you can link to your website, and you can also, in any description text, you can add a URL. Yes, you can do that. You can link.
Sorry, so I'm going to have to read this. As a licensing agent who represents several publishers, each with an online presence within Frankfurt Digital, can a title I uploaded be linked to that publisher's online presence, or would we both end up uploading the same title? That's a very good question.
That is a good question. You would end up uploading the same title, I'm afraid. You need to coordinate with the publisher that you represent, who's doing what. But what the publisher could do, for example, is link on his profile to all the agents that represent him in the different markets, link to the Frankfurt Rights profile, for example. And the same is true for the sub-agent, who could, on his profile say who he's representing.
Another question, as a digital exhibitor, do we need to set up two profiles, one for general customers and one for the rights customers?
Well, in German, we say nothing needs and nothing musts, everything. No, I don't know the translation, the literal. Anyway, you don't have to do it. As I said, I would recommend doing it because you have, on Frankfurt Rights, you can focus specifically on the rights community and on the buying public, so to speak. And then on the exhibit directory, it might be different aspects of your company that you want to highlight. But you don't, it's completely up to you what you are doing. We don't force you to do anything. You're in the car seat, you're in the control anytime.
And Jenny, do you have any tips or recommendations how, if someone has the catalog, but also a hot list and a backlist catalog, how they can feature these different catalogs?
So if they upload the titles, as I said, it's no problem to create different title groups. So one could be called key titles for the hot list, and then a category that's called backlist, and titles can be attached to that easily.
And an editor is asking if an editor can download the rights catalog that has been uploaded by a publisher who sells rights? Yes. Can we fill in rights territory info via the bulk upload as well?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so one question I need to read. Our company already has an IPR license account. Will the previously uploaded titles appear automatically on my Frankfurt Rights account?
Yes.
Yes, good news. So what happens with the data we put in after the free period ends?
So if you choose not to convert into a paid subscription, details of which we don't know at this point, so sorry if I can't give you any specifics. If you don't wish to continue showing your titles on IPR license, it will be deactivated and deleted.
Thank you, Jenny.
And we can also find a middle ground when you are not quite sure yet. So we deactivate your titles. It's not available anywhere. And then should you choose to come back at a certain time, we can reactivate it. But deletion is the thing that we would do.
So if someone only publishes audiobooks or books in EPUB, can they use the platform?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we also, in terms of how long the metadata will be available for future fairs.
Yes. So as I said, the trial or the free version that we are providing you with is running until end of June 2021. So this covers, provided COVID allows us to come back in a physical form. This covers a few of the spring fairs and some of the later years fairs.
And Jenny, how do you upload videos? What do you do with videos?
We're not quite sure yet. We can provide the functionality right away to actually embed videos, but you can always link to videos that you have on your website or anywhere else.
And another question, is there a sample Excel sheet available with all the headers for bulk uploads?
I think we can make it available. I think on the preparation list, let's say, that we've published on our Bookfair website, and many of you should have received an emailing by Frankfurt Bookfair these past days where we also point to that. And there's another mailing going out specifically to anybody who is registered for Frankfurt Rights, giving you some details and also, again, linking to that list. And I assume that, or I think that we have included the headers, but I will double check.
So that's a great suggestion. We'll look into that.
Yes.
Is there a limit to the number of titles you can upload?
No.
No limit.
The Excel sheet is limited to 20,000 titles, but that's, if you choose to upload 3.
If you have 40,000 titles, use 2 sheets.
Yeah.
So if an editor doesn't want to register, can you still see our content?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Yes, you can. Yeah, you can see the content, but you can't interact as long as you're not registered.
Correct.
I see. Thank you. Yeah, I guess a similar question again. Will this platform be available next year during the book fair, even if the next fair, which will hopefully be in person, is going to be physical?
We hope so. This is, to all intents and purposes, this is what we are planning. As I said, the free version will be, for you, will be available until the end of June. Should you choose to continue with Frankfurt Rights after this, then we will continue with your titles for a subscription fee.
And yet someone asked again about the spreadsheets because people want to start preparing the material right away. So that's a great idea. So we will definitely make that available.
Yes.
Can we see which categories can be searched?
Oh yes. So we're working with the big categories that are a standard in Europe, especially. I can I can show you on the platform maybe. I'm not sure. Big categories, if you Google it, it's one way of structuring metadata. It's like thema or bisect. It's one of the ways that metadata is being structured.
And there's no deadline for uploading the rights catalog, correct?
No. If you don't get around doing it right away, you can do it until the 29th of June. I mean, might not be super handy, but still, you can do that.
And there's another good question. Are there any tools to increase visibility for publishers in other languages? This person publishes in an Indian language.
Well, Frankfurt Rights is I'd say, democratic platform. So it depends on what buyers or interested parties are looking for. We do have different, we tend to link in categories and to show books in categories rather than in, what I'm saying basically is you can't buy any promotional space with us at this point, unless you're a paying buyer seller, because then you have different tools available.
Yeah, and if anyone has to leave now and you have more questions, just wanted to throw it out there, email us, agents out there, you know how to find me. And you email the contact provided on our website, the service center. Someone is asking, do I have to register as digital exhibitor to use Frankfurt Rights? I already have a personal Bookfair account.
So if you would like to use Frankfurt Rights as a rights holder, so if you want a portal on Frankfurt Rights, then you need to register as a digital exhibitor for Frankfurt Book Fair, and registration is available or open until the 30th of September. So you have 6 more days to fill out the form. That is also on our website. As a rights buyer, so someone interested in browsing and contacting and getting content information, that is available with a My Bookfair account. You cannot at this, and the login, the connection between My Bookfair and Frankfurt Rights will be established on October 1st. So at this point, you can log in with your My Bookfair profile.
A demonstration of the matchmaking app. Someone is asking for that. I mean, we showed where it is online. It is available now. Just basically, we recommend just open an app, click through it.
Correct.
Jen, anything you would like to add?
Matchmaking is available right now, and we are in the midst of creating a tutorial for that as well, but we already have some entries for it.
What if an event is connected to a title featured on the platform? Is it possible to access the event from the presentation page of the relevant title? That's a good one.
Yes, theoretically, if you put a link there. There's no automatic, I mean, our events calendar won't know which there's no way to link this information unless you do it. But then yes, I mean, you could put a link directly.
So what you're saying is when you edit the title page of the books, or the book that the event is all about, you put a link in the description of the book.
Correct. Or in marketing, or anywhere you want to put it. There are many containers that one can use for that.
And so for the conferences, like for instance, our great Frankfurt, the conference on rights and licenses, do people have to register for it? Can people see it after the fair? So you have to register not for the event in particular. You just have to have a My Bookfair account to once come the 12th of October and we start our live programming, to actually access the stream that will be placed on our Bookfair website under live program. It will be right there where you also find the program. There will be the stream. And to actually activate the stream, you have to log into My Bookfair. But other than that, you don't have to do. We do have sessions like the networking and the HOF and a few other parts of the program where you have to also register through Zoom, because we will do that in a more personalized way. So it's not broadcast and streamed on the website directly, but you have to have access to a Zoom call, just like we're doing it today. So you just have to click on the event and see just click on the information is on. Okay, great. And so someone's asking if we can start uploading titles now or need to wait until October 1st. You have to wait, I'm afraid. I'm sorry. We're doing everything we can to get it ready in time, and there will be features that will come in a bit later than 1st of October, and we will continue to work on the platform, obviously, also, until end of, or not even until end of June, but, in the months to come. So I think this will keep getting better, and I encourage you all to use it, on a weekly basis, maybe go back from time to time. Obviously, come October 1st, it won't be a fully fledged rights portal as we want it to be, because people will need time to upload, to register, to get familiar with the platform. But yes, this is why we are presenting it for such a long time, because we want it to become, not a standard, but a tool that is really useful for you in your daily work. And we can upload PDFs. We, I think, mentioned that already, just to confirm that. Yes. So over the first step in the registration process, that's Frankfurt Rights, and we have to type a link. Is this link provided or the technical department, and at what moment? I guess that's like, how would you click on Frankfurt Rights? I guess it'll be activated on October 1st. You just click on Frankfurt Rights, right? Yeah, and you just can go on the website. You go on the website and click on Frankfurt Rights.
I think we should be very clear. So what happens is you registered for to be a digital exhibitor. You have to do that. That's the first step. Then, starting next week, if you said you were interested in using Frankfurt Rights, you get an email from us saying, now we are ready for you to activate your Frankfurt Rights account. So we will send you an email, and in the email is a link, and you click on the link, and then you can start using Frankfurt Rights. So that's the trigger. That's how you know that we are ready. And this will start happening next week.
Thank you. So I think the next question, so is it possible to add an URL in the title page? I think that's sort of saying, instead of putting the information in there again, if all the information about the title is on the website. That's how I understand the question. Is it possible to add an URL in the title page if all the info is already on our website? Yeah, that's possible. It kind of circumvents the purpose of Frankfurt Rights, and it, but yes, you can. So we are 3 colleagues selling rights for one company. How can all 3 of us access the company portal? Not just one person who's registered. The person that has registered on the exhibitor form is the key account. And once Frankfurt Rights is live, you can request up to 4 more user accounts for that
as a rights seller who have access to the rights portal. And then you can, each can upload their own titles and list and, go from there.
And again, we'll have tutorials and handouts how to do that.
Yes. Hands up. Tutorials and digital help available.
Yes. And so someone is asking how they can advertise, which thematically appropriate website shall we use when submitting advertising tile and category for selling children's rights? Is it kids or rights?
Good question. I'd go for both, maybe. Kids, I think, is a bit better placed.
Yes, and you can use your own PDFs. I'm just answering a question. You don't have to use a built-in builder.
No.
Someone has completed the exhibitor directory but wants to make changes. Is it possible?
Yes. Log into my Bookfair, navigate to the exhibitor catalog, and then your profile's there to be changed.
Okay. So someone is asking to specify the difference between the paid and the free version. Can we maybe put that online? Will that be available on our website, that information?
Yes, it will be available in Frankfurt Rights. The main difference is that as a paying member, you have access to two tools. One is called Instant Offer, one is Instant Permissions, that allows you to actually, automate or half automate the transaction process and the negotiation process. So it's a functionality that's built into the platform that can streamline that business further. And actually,
I think we have more questions than we have time.
Sorry.
I'm reading two more. I can answer questions later by typing answer into the chat, right? That will be available. Jenny, do you know?
I don't know, but I also have a few more minutes.
Okay, so if you ever want to stay on, we are staying on. I keep reading questions. Okay. Can Frankfurt Rights be used for co-editions?
Why not? I would think so. I mean, it depends on how it's presented. I'm assuming it's a different chat. But yes, I think it can be.
Is there a sample of selling rights guide available for first timers? We don't have that. I'm just answering that, Jenny. But I would just recommend look at other publishers' rights guides. Some publishers do publish them on their website, some agents as well. If you want to see how a rights guide looks like, what kind of information it needs, I recommend just looking at other rights guides.
Yeah.
Sorry. Let's see what else there is. Another one about co-editions. Can we upload more than one picture of our book, such as back cover?
So you can't do that. Yes, yes, you can. There's just one jacket cover that will appear in search and everywhere, but you can use the supporting information button for exactly that, where you can, store as much information as you would like.
And what happens when there's more than one person selling rights within the same company? Does each person have to enter information on their profile?
Yes, I mean, no, yes and no. You will receive an account, and we would encourage you all to fill in the information, because there will be a people directory available or members directory available on Frankfurt Rights. And you can be part of that. You can show if you agree to. So we won't publish your data or your information there if you don't want to. But should you agree, we can also create the who's who of rights.
And then someone is asking about, again, can we put little videos online, like short films in which we are presenting our books in English? They can put the link up for now. Yes,
for now they can. We're hoping to have embedding functionalities sooner rather than later. But at this point, there's a lot of stuff that we need to get through first.
So what we are saying is put the video on YouTube and put a YouTube link in there.
Yes. True.
And you can put that in your profile as well.
Yeah, you could.
So you can have it at both places if you want this to be open for everyone.
I'm seeing one more question. Sorry, Riky, and I think
go ahead.
I would need to there's one question. If there are multiple rights sellers within the company, should there be just one profile? And she's asking whether they all need to fill in information about the company separately. No. So the accounts that we talked about will be grouped under one company account. So the company information just needs to be filled in once, and then the personal profiles, like my name is Jenny Kuehne and I am working for Frankfurter Buchmesse. That would be an entry that you can fill in separately.
And also, I did register as an exhibitor, meaning I filled up the form and everything, but haven't received an email back to confirm my registrations. We have received so many of these forms, and it does take us a while to get back to everyone. I would say if you haven't heard within 2 weeks, please follow up with digital@buchmesse.de. You should also please check your spam filter to make sure it hasn't landed there.
Yeah. I see one more question. Could you include an option of tagging the titles? It's already there. You can add as many tags that you'd like to the titles. And we encourage you to do that, actually.
Yes. And can we be registered in the rights and in the exhibitors directory? Yes.
Yes, that's the only way, actually.
Yes. I think for literary agencies, what if there's more than one agent managing the same title in the agency? How do they link to the page?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Yeah, for literary agencies, what if there is more than one agent managing the same title in the agency? How do they link to the page? I'm not sure I understand that either, I have to say.
No, I'm sorry.
So, but yes, several people there's a viewing function, you can share the preview, for instance.
Yeah, and you can also, it depends on the settings that you put in, but you can manage in a way that your colleagues cannot access the titles that you have created, or you can do it in a way that everybody can access any title.
And the login for Frankfurt Rights is the same as for the My Bookfair account?
Yes. So yes, if you have registered as a rights seller, okay, let's clarify that. So if there are 2 ways to register, or there's that registration form that you fill in, and you have to create or to provide a contact for the exhibitor directory, or, the digital stand organizer, if you want to call it like that, and you can provide a separate email address for Frankfurt Rights. Now, if you haven't created a Frankfurt as the separate contact for Frankfurt Rights, if you don't have a My Bookfair profile, don't fret. You can log in with your email address. Your account will be created with this login address. But if you want to access the events and the matchmaking and all of that, we recommend you also create a My Bookfair profile. And for the exhibit, anyone who's doing the digital stand organization and is also the contact for Frankfurt Rights, at that point, yes, that one address that you use to access the exhibitor catalog backend, the events calendar backend, that is also the one that you can use to go to Frankfurt Rights.
And Jenny, the template is not accessible now, but we'll make it accessible as soon as possible, correct?
Yeah.
And when will it be possible to register for all the rights conferences we offer?
So the conferences you don't have to register for, you just need your My Bookfair profile. For the networking and the HOF, these networking sessions, registration is open as of now. So check out our website and you will find all the information there. And then for all the other programs that might need registration because it's in a Zoom Zoom meeting, that will be available come next week, I hope. But it's just a few. So for the Frankfurt Conference Rights and Licenses, create your My Bookfair profile, rest easy. You just go to our website on the 13th of October and you will find it under live program and conference. Right there.
And someone is asking, can you give an example of an event or events? I mean, that would be one example. Also, we have editors, talks, There's a wonderful B2b Advanced and Academic program, lots of panels on children's books.
That's plus, yes.
We have our annual Where in the World is Your Nonfiction meeting for nonfiction editors out there. So many things that happened at the physical fair are happening now online.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm sorry if I'm...
There was one more question. We will make our events, so everything that Frankfurt Book Fair programmed, they will be available after they have run through. It might take a few days for us, but they will be available at one point.
And someone said you implied people can already have registered for Frankfurt Rights through the Buchmesse, but I haven't been able to find that functionality. I mean, that's on the registration form. If you fill out the form, there is just a checkbox, and you just have to check if you want to participate in Frankfurt Rights. That's all you need to do. But so let's say someone forgets to click that, Jenny. Can you still access Frankfurt Rights?
Yes, I would write to digital@buchmesse.de, provide your exhibitor number, and say you would also like to have access to Frankfurt.
Yeah, if you don't remember if you have checked it or not, just double check with digital at.
Or with your
login and
in Frankfurt. You know, you have personal contacts in Frankfurt that you can also ask about that.
Yeah. I think I got most of the questions now.
I just wanted to
please get in touch with us if you have more questions. We are running late now. I don't know how many more people are actually here, but those who are, thank you for coming, for listening.
Don't end yet. I just wanted to say something really quickly.
Okay, I'm so sorry, but still, thank you. Thank you for coming. And now I would like to hand it over to Thomas Winkel.
No. I don't want to end the session yet. I just wanted to say this, thanks to the generosity of the German government,
yes,
we are in a position to give this tool and all the other tools available for free.
Yes.
And we have many thousand registrations for these tools. So that means, especially on Frankfurt Rights, we have a huge opportunity for a massive audience starting in October. So I just want to say, use this opportunity, participate, try it out, play around with it, see how you can work with it. And it's not just during the book fair, it's a tool that is designed for constant use. So you need to invest a little bit of time. It's not the genie out of the box that solves all your problems. No, you have to invest a bit of time and you have to think about it, how you want to use it. But it's a great tool. It's there. It's free. Please use it and try it out. And if you have feedback, if there are things that you like or don't like, call Jenny or call me and tell us, or whoever. That's fine, but give us your feedback, because this is just the first, the beta launch, so to speak, on this scale. So next year, hopefully, we use your feedback, we improve it, we make it better, and so I'm very, very excited about that, because we never had this exposure with the previous incarnation IPR license, and now we are taking it to the next level. It's really fantastic.
Yes, but this is true for all of our digital offering. This is the first time we're doing this. We want to do it for you and with you, so any feedback is welcome. We're learning as we grow. We've had a very, very, very steep learning curve over the past 3 months that we've, come up with all of this. And I'm assuming that it will be continuing to be steep.
And Jenny, I just wanted to say thank you for all your hard work. You did such an amazing job.
Thank you.
Steering this big ship. Amazing, 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 amazing.
Yes.
Thank you.
Let's hope.
Yes.
It all works out for you.
Yes, and I've been watching this from the outside, and I know it's, people probably don't see it, but it's a big, big, big project.
It is. I hope it is helpful for everybody watching, and if not, let's continue to make it what you need it to be.
Yeah, thank you. And I heard the YouTubers slowly leaving. We haven't had any questions in a while. Thomas, Jenny, a last word?
You should have the last word, Riky, as you always do.
Well, just again, thank you. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Let us know if you have any more questions. We're here to help. Your input is super important. And
thanks, everybody.
We see you soon.
Yes, see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.